Steven Crowder. For anyone who doesn't know him, Crowder is a right-wing pundit with a huge fanbase on YouTube and is mostly famous for his Change My Mind segments. Here, he visits college campuses and debates students about politics-related questions such as socialism, fascism, male privilege, and so on and so forth. Crowder's tactics to winning arguments have been widely analyzed, but in a nutshell it can be described as this. He takes advantage of nervous, naive, unprepared debaters and uses a multitude of dishonest argumentation tactics. One of his most nefarious strategies is sliding in tiny lies to distract his opponents from articulating valid counterpoints.
You have Norway, you have Finland, you have Denmark, you have Germany.
Sure.
These are countries that have robust economies and high levels of socialization.
What's their minimum wage?
I don't have the numbers off the top of my head.
What if I told you that they have no minimum wage?
Lately, Crowder has been spreading conspiracy theories about election fraud more and more erratically. I'd recommend this video by Jose to gain further insight into the abyss. Which leads us to his latest video, in which Crowder and his team attempt to prove or insinuate that illegitimate votes significantly contributed to Joe Biden's victory.
I can confirm to you that these people voted from, or who may or may not be real people, voted from addresses that do not exist.
It works like this. They take a name from the voting register. They drive to the registered address, and if there's no way the person is actually able to live here, the vote can be labeled as illegitimate. Well, let's do a little fact checking with 3 of the names Crowder considers fraudulent. The first person is
Kelly Lynn 579 Jackson Avenue. Let's show the clip. This is where it is. That is 579 Jackson Avenue. Voted.
Let's have another look at the registration data. Oh wow, it clearly says Jackson Drive, not Jackson Avenue. Taking a look at the real location, we can clearly see that the area is perfectly inhabitable. Alright, he mixed up street names. Stuff like that happens, so let's move on. What about the other examples? The next one is
Susan Ray 1732 Yale Street, apartment 409, right about now. Wait, hold on a second.
But there's nothing there.
Wait, what? How can this happen? I mean, this time the voting register seems to check out. So is that actually an illegal vote here? Well, no, not really. You can actually Google people from the voting register, which is, to me as a German, completely weird, by the way. And in this case, you find out that the voter actually lives in 1731 Yale Street. Crowder's intern just had to turn around and he would have noticed the huge apartment complex. So, yeah. One last example is that of
Stephanie Marie 221 North Spruce Street is where she voted from right about now.
So like the 2 houses I zoomed into were 219 and 223 North Bruce Street. And there was no 221 in between that.
Once again, this must be striking evidence that there is fraud going on, no doubt about it. This person most likely does not okay, she does. Her vote counts. She actually just lives at 221 North Bruce Street and not 221 South Bruce Street. Okay, right. Well, so it's quite obvious what's going on, right? In the last 2 examples, someone at the voter office simply made a typo, and there is no huge conspiracy. I mean, this is a county where over 1 million votes were counted, which means that mistakes like these are always bound to happen. In regards to the last 2 cases, you could argue, well, it was a clerical error and Crowder simply fell for it, so he cannot be blamed. And I would disagree completely. Not only is Crowder failing to double-check the data and to analyze it critically, his implications are fundamentally anti-democratic and their only intention is to rile up his audience. He is purposefully misleading here. He's not negligent or naive, no, he's just acting in bad faith altogether. If someone accused me of cherry-picking, since I only fact-checked 3 names from Crowder's long list, I'd gladly refer to a Reddit post, where a user analyzed the remaining instances. Also, do you really need more? I mean, it's quite obvious what's going on here, right? Nobody orchestrated some great scheme and made up people in order to scam the election. I don't know if people actually fall for these stupid conspiracy theories, Or if they just pretend to do so because they are part of a ridiculous fan base. But make no mistake, only stupid people would fall for something like that.